Welcome to the interview series of videos on the Billy Meier Books YouTube channel. The interview series is a collection of questions that I asked 14 volunteers to answer. In this video, the question was, what does life, dying, death, and reincarnation mean to you? The cycle of life, which includes rebirth, is a core concept in Billy Meier's teaching, which is collectively entitled Teaching of the Truth, Teaching of the Creation Energy, Teaching of Life. Billy teaches us that all of life is in a cycle. We are born, we grow up and mature, we work and form relationships with others. Then later in life, we begin the dying process, and finally, we pass away. Then, after some period of time, that immortal part of each one of us, our spirit, which we now call our creation energy form, enters into a new fetus on the 21st day after conception to start the cycle of life again. Thinking about life, dying, death, and reincarnation is an important aspect of self-responsibility. And in this episode, we are fortunate to have 14 people who had the willingness and courage to share their understanding of life, dying, death, and reincarnation publicly. Remember, there's no right or wrong answer here. These are 14 individual points of view on what life, dying, death, and reincarnation means to them. What do life, dying, death, and reincarnation mean to you?
Okay, it's a never-ending cycle, isn't it? So it's something absolutely normal, I would say. So we reincarnate basically. We live our lives, obviously, we die. Again, it's a never-ending cycle. It's a creational law, if you like. Yeah, so it's absolutely normal for me. So, yeah.
Well, first, dying and death, to me, they don't. I'm not so afraid of them anymore, but what do they mean? They're just normal parts of life that I've come to accept. And then reincarnation makes sense to me as far as it being that the energy that you have that's enlivening each one of us will come back and enliven someone else in the future that's not us. And it just, that also makes sense to me too, because I also can't remember my previous lifetime, whoever that other person was. And I also understand that it's a different person too. It's not the same. So, and then when contemplating death, the preciousness of life really jumps out. I think a lot of people who contemplate death also start to have that same understanding as well, yeah. But then I was also thinking that once the clear recognition of reincarnation takes root, then that preciousness doesn't diminish, it actually becomes enhanced somehow. And then, yeah, that's about it, yeah.
What do life, death, dying, and reincarnation mean to you?
Oh, this is a big one. And I believe 3 months ago I read the book on the death and rebirth. So I recall that reading this, how life belongs to death and death belongs to life, cannot be more true. And I'm glad that I read the book. Reincarnation is not something new as a concept. I grew up in India. We grew up believing in reincarnation. But there was a lot of false narrative in reincarnation. Like the country I was born in and the country I come from have a belief, for example, that, oh, you do something bad, you're gonna come back as a dog or some ex-animals, yeah, like because you have to pay for your sins and stuff. After reading the creational teaching, and especially about the law, right, the death, life, and rebirth, I come to know this the reincarnation laws in a very different light and insight. I finally understand that, human responsibilities and all the false narrative that I was carrying growing up in the country, and how it was explained to us, how the reincarnation is, and how belief part was okay, that was there, but there was a lot of misinformation. I think this a similar thing we will find in all over. There are a lot of different concepts people have about reincarnation, and I would encourage people to truly go out and get this book and read. It has a lot of information, very valuable information about the concept and how a person should approach it and think about it.
Life and death, I see them as the two expressions of the same creational rhythm. So death, I've realized that death is not the end, but a necessary transformation for the creation energy, or earlier called spirit form, to rest and to continue its journey through an absolutely new and neutrally created personality, in order to learn, in order to develop, and of course overall in order to fulfill its evolution.
What do life, dying, death, and reincarnation mean to you?
Well, this was again a big one because I grew up Catholic, and the idea of dying is going to a beautiful heavenly thing where you meet with your loved ones forever and ever and ever. Although it's not that great of a idea, if you don't like your family, then you are not in a good position, right?
And you're going to hell.
Right. But knowing that that's not the case, that whatever we do today has an impact for me. Not forget about everybody else. I'm coming back. And the mess that I leave behind is on my own. So I'm responsible for everything that I do today for myself in the future. So that's pretty deep.
That is.
Like, ooh, okay, I gotta work on this one because I don't want to leave a mess and come back and
Deal with the mess.
deal with a mess. Yes.
Ja, das bedeutet für mich eine Art, ja, so etwas wie Ein- und Ausatmen, ein Wechsel zwischen Materiegürtel und den feinstofflichen Gürtel, und dass der Tod mehr wie ein Tor zu betrachten ist, wo wir hindurchgehen. Und mit jedem Wechsel evolutionieren wir, und wir können immer mehr die Gesetze und Gebote der Schöpfungsenergielehre lernen und auch verankern in uns selbst, und ja, dass wir uns nicht fürchten brauchen vor dem Tod, und dass man durchaus mit der Hilfe, dass man sich täglich oder hin und wieder darüber mal meditiert, über den Tod, sich das auch immer wieder klar machen kann, dass es ein Tor ist und ja, kein Ende, oder dass man da irgendwie was tun muss, um einen Himmel oder eine Hölle fürchten müsste. Mhm.
It's the cycle of life and death, often described like two sides of the same coin, life and death. And I'd say that it's like when we have a waking state and a sleeping state, and then so we wake up in the same body, but when you die, and then the creation energy enlivens a new body. That's just like similar to waking up again and living a new life, like you're living a new day. And yeah, it's just a different body then. And yeah, I'm gonna see it also more. Yeah, I'm not so tense about death anymore. Yeah.
What do life, death, dying, and reincarnation mean to you?
Oh,
That's a great book. I'm currently reading a few pages from that right now. So much information. I mean, I come to realize, as most of the teaching, showed, but in that book it is so much, so many essential informations that's in there. Life, death, and dying. Life and death itself is in constant. It's a ballad. It's a dance. It's a back and forth. It's a reciprocation of this, and then come back to that again, because we understand that we are here still in the material realm. We have to evolve in our creation energy. With the material consciousness is here to learn, to evolve, and you understand that life and death is just another part of life itself, because the only thing that ceases to exist is the physical body, because everything else moved on into the other worldly realm, where everything is processed before the next reincarnation. But dying, the process of dying, that's one thing that I would like to take my time to process as it's happening, because I want to be able to see it, to understand the death throes and everything happening within that moment, so I can actually let go of the material realm with peace and calm, and be able to process things. Well, not me, but give the material consciousness a sort of a serenity, so to speak, before passing in there, to be able to process things a little bit, hopefully easier, quicker, and for the next reincarnation of the new personality.
其實一直以來咧，我對死亡呢個概念其實係冇恐懼嘅。自細咧，我哋可能因為我生活喺一個中國嘅南方嘅城市，呢個地方嘅人本來就係一種好模糊嘅轉世嘅概念，但係咧對死亡又好忌諱。其實我都曾經因為身邊嘅人，佢哋呢種好混亂嘅觀念，令到我自己都好困惑，所以我都喺呢個問題上思考過好多，而且直到我揾到 Billy 嘅教導，就係關於生命離流同死亡呢個事實嘅描述嘅時候，我先係突然間理解到好多事情。所以我覺得呢個係令我睇到真相，同埋睇到真相之後獲得嘅一種勇氣同埋能量。
Well, let's say here, life, dying, death, and reincarnation mean to you. It means that from the way I see it is death brings value to the life. And there is a process. And it's understandable. And if we were to take this to the outside world, that, hey, it's okay, you don't have to be afraid. And also, the reincarnation part, maybe you don't want to make things so bad for maybe black people, or maybe women, or maybe the poor, because that could be you in your next life, and if you get people to really grab onto that, and really grab onto the logic of that, this place would probably turn into paradise overnight, because no one wants to be poor, no one wants to be in a situation where they are a victim of circumstance and not, of their own actions, and we could do with a lot of the bigotry and racism and hatred in the world, or at least give us a nice path, because we bring us back to that and challenge people on that. Well, what are you going to do? You're building this empire where you're sucking up all the wealth. Your next incarnation is going to have to deal with this somehow. And there's no guarantee you're going to be part of that empire. You might be a recipient of that empire, So, yeah.
What do life, dying, death, and reincarnation mean to you?
That's a normal process that exists with the life. Life cannot exist without death and so on. And life is a fantastic thing. It's like a prison that has been granted to us, to every human being. And it's something which is hard, of course, not easy. Life is hard, has many challenges, but it's something really fantastic which has been allowed and which is needed for us to learn a lot. We have to learn during our life. And then dying is also everything that is life has to as a decadence, has to decay, and that's a process when life is not more possible for the material body, for the human being. After a certain time, the body decay and the brain is not anymore able to keep the spirit form. So that's the process of dying, which is the process which bring to the death world. The life is goes from incarnated life to dying life, or the other world. It's going from one life to the other through this process, and the death is where your spirit form leave the material body and goes into the other world for a certain time, to prepare for a new life, to prepare for a new incarnation in the future. And the reincarnation is this process when the spirit form that was in the other world for a certain time goes back or reincarnate into a material body, into a very old baby or fetus at the age of 21 days after conception, and the spirit form goes back to the baby and starts a new life together with a new consciousness that incarnates, a consciousness that was the consciousness of at the end of last life of the person. So the person gained the level of the consciousness and reincarnate with this consciousness incarnates because it has been adapted to the consciousness of the planet, the world, at the time of the reincarnation. And this process allows a new life, and that's normal process that exists for all humans and also for the animal world. So, yeah.
What do life, dying, death, and reincarnation mean to you?
It's a profound sense of being okay. That again, that sense of being in the right place at the right time, even when it feels like I'm not, and knowing that I'm in the right place, I'm on this path eventually to my death, but that the process of what happens after that sounds exciting. Not that I want to get there any day sooner than I need to, but sometimes if I have any kind of anxiety, it's about, well, what am I going to be in the next life? You know, I hope I participate in the preparation for that in a good way. Sure. But to me, it just means it's a sense of, at some point in my evolution, my spirit evolution, that I'll be looking back and be able to see my lives, and that to me is exciting. Yeah.
人間には誰でも生存本能がありますね。誰もが死にたくないという思いを持っています。その前提として死に対する漠然とした恐怖があります。死んだらどうなるのか、来世はあるのかといった疑問は湧いてしかるべきものだと思いますよ。かくいう私も同じような疑問を常に心に抱いてきました。私が生と死を説明する場合は、あえてそれらは同じものと表現したいですね。生は死であり、死は生であるんです。これらは表裏一体であって、他方が欠けて存在することはできないんですよ。まさに陰と陽の作用、プラスとマイナスの作用です。すべての事象はこの原理に支配されているわけですから。
Now that you've had an opportunity to hear their understanding of life, dying, death, and reincarnation, now it's your turn. Make a post in the comments on what your understanding of life, dying, death, and reincarnation is. Thank you for watching this interview series video on what does life, dying, death, and reincarnation mean to you, and I'll see you in the next video.